I saw this meme posted this morning, and the poster connected it to his AA program. I spent a lot of time in that program, and so I think that this could be some helpful information for some of you. It says, "You don't need to cut people off, just grow. They'll fall off." And I say, yes, and sometimes it is necessary to cut people off as a matter of being true to one's deepest self. Sometimes we must intentionally leave people and cultural beliefs behind, those relationships that represent what we continue to allow but we no longer want or need. I learned this difficult lesson after attending hundreds of AA meetings over the course of 6 years. I love the program, and I am very grateful for Bill and Bob and the 12 steps. They work if you work them, and I'm immensely grateful for everyone who carries the message. I especially love how the fourth and fifth steps insist on personal responsibility. We come to understand that our resentments have power only as we are blaming others for our own disappointing behavior. However, embedded in those teachings is the great assumption that I am always the problem. It operates under the false assumption that the culture we were born into is innately worthy of our recovered identity, when it is not. I say yes to full personal responsibility, but there is a moment when we must acknowledge the limitations of our sick society, which would be happy to keep you confessing yourself to be the problem and in service to false authority structures for the rest of your life. And the 12-step groups tend to be a place where the strongest of the bunch set themselves up to be rulers of the roost. And while the system can be very helpful in providing the discipline structure in which to stop drinking, it can often be insufficient for the later stages of the spiritual awakening. It is an educational process, as Dr. Silkwood describes. In that sense, the groups operate much like churches do when they tell you that you will relapse, go to hell, if you ever leave the safety of the AA rooms. AA rooms are like triage units. They are very helpful if you are bleeding out, but not equipped to help you after the initial trauma is over. One of the daily reflections says that the program is a spiritual kindergarten, and the text also makes lots of room when it says, "More will be revealed to us." Maybe this information is not helpful to you today. Take what you can use and leave the rest, as we say. In other words, if this is not helpful to you today, maybe your higher power can use it as a source of freedom later on. Congratulations to you in your progress, and may we all continue to trudge that road of happy destiny. My sponsor always pointed out to me that it is the road of happy destiny and not the road to happy destiny. God bless you always. When I discovered the 12-step community and the 12 steps, it was exactly what I needed at the time. Every instance of the word God in those 12 steps was a great offense to me when I had to walk into a church building to go to an AA meeting. And it was in that offense to the word God that I had to deal with my resentments toward religion and the word God. And the 12-step program had a great purpose in really bringing me back to God. It was really amazing the way that it worked. Step 1, your life becomes unmanageable. That's the state that the world is in right now. When we look at this, the world situation, life has become unmanageable for our species. Step 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Yes, we must come to believe. It is so important. And then in step 3, there's this release. We surrender ourselves to that will. Oh my God. And after we do that, we're ready to go to work. Step 4 is this fearless and searching moral inventory. And then in step 5, we're sharing both the beautiful things about that inventory and the terrible things about that inventory with another human being. It's that confession. So step 4 and 5 work together. It's just beautiful. It goes on. 6 and 7 are about dealing with our character defects. 8 and 9 deal with that further by really taking responsibility in the world for those character defects and trying to make things right. Step 10 is where this becomes a lifestyle where we just continue the whole process. And 11, yeah, we're just strengthening that bond, that connection, that unity with our higher power, with God. And step 12, this is where we are free now to share everything that we've learned in our spiritual awakening. Really, they're inspired. Thank God for Bill and Bob. And as with any institution that humans establish, we always bring our own mess right into it, which is perfect because we get to deal with our own humanity in the mix. I went to AA in Portales, New Mexico, and so it was always small groups, and I loved that because we all got a chance to share, and you get a chance to learn how to share and how to listen and how not to crosstalk, how not to try to fix anybody else's problems. And you learn after watching people come in and people die, oh my God, how, in some sense, how helpless we are to really help each other. I have alcoholic friends who won't even go near the AA program because they believe it to be some kind of demonic institution or something. That's not the case. There's a lot of wisdom in those steps, and especially if you're suffering. I'm always so grateful for your posts that work as writing prompts for me. Everything that I share, I believe, can be helpful in some form to somebody, and that's why I post, because, I'm 12-stepping. In conclusion, there are whole lots of spiritual programs that can be beneficial to us at stages in our development, but any spiritual program that tells you you're going to die or you're going to go to hell or you're going to get drunk if you leave them, you need to be really careful with that. That's an important thing. It's called religious fundamentalism in some sense, and we can encounter religious fundamentalism really anywhere that we go. I hope this was helpful for somebody. May the Lord bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you, be gracious to you,